Electricity. It feels safe. You flip a switch, and the light appears. Simple, controlled, predictable. But that's a lie, because electricity was never meant to be controlled. It was wild, violent, unforgiving. And when humans first tried to harness it, they didn't understand it. They couldn't stop it. And sometimes, they didn't survive it. But one man went further than anyone else. He didn't just study electricity. He stood inside it, let it pass through his body, again and again and again, until one day, it almost killed him. This is the story of Nikola Tesla, the man who challenged lightning and barely survived. Imagine a world without electricity, no screens, no streetlights, no cities glowing at night. When the sun went down, everything stopped. Darkness wasn't peaceful. It was dangerous. Shadows moved differently. Sounds felt louder. And every step outside was a risk. Inside homes, people relied on candles that burned out quickly, oil lamps that filled rooms with smoke fire that could turn deadly in seconds. Entire cities lived like this, every night. But above them, there was something else, a force no one could ignore. Lightning. It lit up the sky for a split second, brighter than anything humans could create. And then, it disappeared, leaving behind fear, because lightning didn't just shine, it destroyed. It struck trees, homes, people, killed instantly, and for centuries humans believed this power belongs to nature, not us. But that belief was about to be challenged. Nikola Tesla didn't just think differently. He experienced the world differently. As a child, he saw flashes of light, visions, images so real they felt physical. He could imagine a machine, rotate it in his mind, fix its flaws, and run it perfectly, without ever building it. This wasn't normal. It was overwhelming, but it gave him something powerful. Total control inside his imagination, and slowly, that imagination focused on one thing: energy, invisible power, electricity. While others feared it, Tesla became drawn to it, obsessed with it. Because he didn't see danger, he saw possibility. When Tesla stepped into the world of invention, he entered a system already built and controlled by one man, Thomas Edison. Edison wasn't just an inventor. He was a businessman, a strategist, a man who understood control. His system, direct current, DC, worked. It powered lights, it powered homes, but only within limits, short distances, carefully managed networks. Edison's philosophy was simple: control the power, limit the risk. And for most people, that was enough. But not for Tesla, because Tesla didn't want control. He wanted freedom. Tesla proposed something radical, something most engineers rejected instantly: alternating current, AC. Instead of flowing in one direction, electricity would reverse direction, over and over, fast, relentless, powerful. This allowed it to travel incredible distances, across cities, across countries. But there was a problem. A sea wasn't just powerful, it was unpredictable. And if something went wrong, it didn't fail quietly. It exploded. Most people saw this and stepped back. Tesla stepped forward, because in his mind, the future was already built. Tesla's lab wasn't a workplace, it was a storm. Machines hummed with energy, coils pulsed with power, electric arcs snapped through the air. The room glowed, not with light bulbs, but with raw electricity. And then Tesla did something no one expected. He didn't hide behind the machines. He stepped into them, literally, allowing electricity to pass through his body. Thousands of volts, coursing through him, lighting tubes in his hands, turning himself into a conductor. People who saw this couldn't believe it. Some thought it was magic. Others thought it was madness. Because one mistake, one miscalculation, would be fatal. There's always a moment where curiosity becomes danger. For Tesla, this was that moment. He pushed the system harder, higher voltage, greater intensity, more power than ever before. The machines began to strain. The air thickened. Every surface vibrated with energy. Then, everything went wrong. A surge, violent, uncontrolled, exploded through the system. Electric arcs filled the room. The noise was deafening. Tesla was caught inside it. His body locked instantly. Muscles frozen. Vision collapsing into white light. His heart skipped. For a moment, he wasn't experimenting anymore. He was dying. Silence, stillness, nothing. And then, somehow, he came back. Most people would stop, walk away, choose safety. Tesla didn't. Because to him, this wasn't a warning. It was confirmation. He believed he was close, closer than anyone had ever been, to unlocking something massive. He wasn't chasing success. He was chasing transformation. A world where power was everywhere. Distance didn't matter. Energy was limitless, and he was willing to risk everything to get there. The battle exploded into public view. Edison versus Tesla. DC versus AC. Fear versus possibility. Edison used fear as a weapon. Public demonstrations, showing how deadly AC could be. Electrocuting animals, convincing the world this is too dangerous. Tesla responded differently. He demonstrated control, standing calmly as electricity flowed through him, not dying, not collapsing, but standing, proving something powerful. This isn't danger if you understand it. Eventually, the world made a choice, a C1, because it worked, because it scaled, because it could power the future. Cities lit up like never before. Power traveled across nations, and humanity entered a new era. All because one man refused to step back from danger. Today, electricity feels invisible, normal, safe. But it wasn't always that way. It was once wild, unpredictable, deadly. And it took someone willing to stand inside it, to turn chaos into control. Nikola Tesla didn't just invent systems. He challenged a force of nature and lived to prove it could be mastered. This is Invented Secrets, where we uncover the hidden stories behind the world's greatest inventions. Subscribe, because the next story might be even more dangerous.